Thank you, Presiding Officer. Does the First Minister welcome the recent landmark legal ruling by Lady Ross on the case brought by that excellent organisation For Women Scotland? Will he ensure that it is implemented in full, in letter and in spirit as soon as possible? Will he further ensure that the principles of this ruling are rolled out across the entire public sector, including the NHS, immediately? That would avoid the need for any further waste of taxpayers' money defending the indefensible in court. And further, ensure that informational materials published by activist organisations, which are contrary to the letter and spirit of Lady Ross's ruling, are withdrawn from all public organisations and institutions, and cessation of their production and distribution becomes a condition of any further public funding to these activist groups. Finally, does he share my relief that Isla Bryson, apparently known in prison as Isla Man, will now be retained in a male jail and upon release should not be allowed access to women's toilets, whether here in Holyrood or anywhere in Scotland?
First Minister.
I lead a government that believes in and follows the rule of law. So when issues are of a legally contested nature, we do the proper thing, which is we allow the legally contested debate to take place, and then at the conclusion of that, we follow that legal ruling. So Lady Ross's ruling is crystal clear. It has been implemented in full already in relation to the Scottish Prison Service, and the necessary amendments to custody have taken place. I do not intend to talk about individual cases because it's inappropriate for me to do that. And in relation to the circulation of materials, materials in guidance have to be compatible with the law as it stands, and that's exactly why the Scottish Prison Service withdrew their guidance at the earliest opportunity, and developments of further guidance will be undertaken consistent with the ruling of Lady Ross.
Malcolm Offord.
I thank the First Minister for that question, which was more comprehensive than I expected. I was dreading that he would come back with a long-winded no comment, which begs the question, is saying no comment ever an acceptable response to a sequence of serious questions? And of course, he will be aware that all this illegal gender policy was implemented by his predecessor, Miss No Comment, who has now fled to London in search of fame and fortune and lower taxes. Is it true that the second edition of Miss Sturgeon's memoirs will be entitled, Frankly, I Don't Give a Damn? Meanwhile, we have heard that the Miss No Comment is to star in a TV show, playing the role of a Deputy Prime Minister in the UK. Frankly, you couldn't make this up, or is this part of John Swinney's cunning plan? Does the First Minister agree with me that the no comment saga must be part of the forthcoming inquiry into Murrell Gate?
First Minister, if you want to have a go at that.
The only person up until now who's ever accused me of being long-winded is my 15-year-old son, who tells me to shorten my answers in Parliament on a regular basis. So I think for the benefit of currying favour with the presiding officer, I'll keep this one short. Mr Offord's contribution. Oh, it's all very funny, Mr Kerr. You're always laughing at things. Mr Kerr was laughing at the very substantial points made by Daniel Johnson in the debate, where Mr Kerr trivialised the attacks on Muslim members of our community, which is an absolute disgrace. And if anyone who voted reform was watching the exchange, Mr Offord's question to me there just now, I think they would think what a waste of time it was voting for reform, because that was just an insulting lot of drivel from Malcolm Offord.
Malcolm Offord.
It is the last day of term, Presiding Officer. So on the same theme, of course, the items bought by Peter Murrell with money stolen from the SNP are now part of Scotland's political history. And this saga will be taught to future generations of Scotland's children. Will the First Minister arrange for as many items as can be found to be gathered together and displayed as the Murrell collection? Will he also arrange for some items to be gifted to Scotland's museums and galleries as permanent exhibitions and a tribute to SNP governance? Can I suggest that the fountain pen, which Nicola Sturgeon used to sign her resignation letter, should go to the People's Palace to become the People's Pen? Or similarly, the 2 toilet seats could go to Perth to sit alongside the Stone of Destiny? Or the £3,000 coffee machine could sit beside the Declaration of Arbroath to show how political priorities have changed? Will he encourage the people of Scotland to write to us with their proposals? We cannot allow for these items to be auctioned to the highest bidder, who will take them into private collections abroad. So does he agree with me that this part of Scotland's history must not be lost?
First Minister.
No, I'm going to get on with delivering for the people of Scotland.